All right, we're here with Darren Drake from Indian Head Park. What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going? We have a fairly rare event tonight. Mars is being occulted by the moon.
Nice.
Yes.
So what am I looking at here? What is this tripod and looking thing? What is this?
This is my Celestron 11 telescope, and it's on a CGEM 2 Celestron mount, and it's got a good polar alignment, so it's tracking very nicely. It goes to the objects very nicely that I put in the computer, and this allows us to take images of the Mars as it goes behind the moon. We can take video captures, and we're recording in 8K high resolution in color. And
by the way, it's really cold, man. What are the temperatures?
oh, it's like 12 degrees out right
Oof.
now. It's brutal. Yes.
So why are you doing this if it's so cold?
Well, we can't choose when these things happen, and in the middle of January like this, whenever it's clear, it's almost certainly going to be cold. And if it's clear at this time of the year, it's almost never 30 or 40 degrees. It's going to be like 10, and that's just the way it is. It's also interesting in that Mars is near opposition in a couple days, so it's not just being occulted by the moon, but it's closest to the Earth in a couple days in its orbit. So it's well timed for this kind of a thing. We can see details on Mars as we record it and view it and so forth that we wouldn't normally see if it was a regular any other time of the year.
Cool. So this is a telescope,
Yes.
of course. So what kind of telescope is this?
This is Celestron 11 is a Schmidt-Cassegrain. So
So how does that work?
yeah, there's a mirror right here in the back, and a lens here, and a secondary mirror here, and they all work together to produce an image, a nice clear view that would let you read a newspaper about a third of a mile away. Newspaper print about a third of a mile away, and at 11 inches, that's a pretty good amount of aperture to get to that kind of resolution.
So why is this mount so big? What is the purpose of having such a humongous mount?
It's very heavy, and it's got to be massive and heavy to be able to precisely track a heavy scope like a
So tracking,
telescope.
what do you mean tracking? What is it tracking?
Well, the Earth is spinning once every 23 hours and 56 minutes. It's not 24 hours. It's 23 hours, 56 minutes, and that means that the stars are moving from east to west. And so if you look at a planet or a star or anything through a telescope, you're magnifying the Earth's rotation. So you'll see the object literally drift out in seconds. And that would be annoying if it's just drifting out all the time, constantly recentering it. A telescope mount that tracks it keeps it centered. We're watching the real image on the screen and a simulation on my phone, and we are at about T-minus a minute and 45. It'll take about 30 seconds for the entire occultation to occur, from the beginning of the Mars going out to the end of Mars being visible at all, for the disappearance, that is. And we have pretty good seeing on Mars, and you can barely see it naked eye, maybe with great difficulty. Actually, I don't think I see it now visually. It was a few minutes ago, but it's only arc seconds away, and it's matching the screen very nicely here. And we have good contrast on the planet's features and the moon. And we are at about a minute to go before it begins to go out. It's matching very nicely. This is my C11 telescope going with the CGEM 2 mount. It's tracking very nicely. And it is now less than a Mars diameter away. Whoops. And about to go. So it's going to match perfectly. And it's beginning. Yes. Here we go. Don't kick the camera tripod. Here we go. Looking good. Here, come and get it. See how it matches? Sky Safari Pro, dead on, perfect. And it's complete. Excellent. Now it's about an hour 10 from reemergence. All right, very good. So in about 11 minutes, the moon will move out of the way and let us see Mars once again. And as it starts to reemerge, we should see it occur on both the phone and on the real screen. And it will take about 30 seconds for it to start from the time it becomes visible to the time it's fully visible from behind the limb of the moon. So yeah, it'll be about a 30-second event coming up in 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yes. Can't come soon enough. It's pretty cold out. So let's get ready to make any adjustments that we might need. I think Mars is right behind the red box. And it's getting very close to becoming visible. The contrast is looking good on the craters. If it isn't re-emerging in the center, I'll make a slight adjustment on the tracking so that it will be, there it is. Yes, whoops. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that.
Cool.
It's coming up just as it says. And the details are visible on Mars, this north polar cap, and it is fully out. Excellent.
How long did it take?
About 30 seconds, as it was expected to.
Wow.
So if it was a star, it would be like a star coming out of the moon from occultation. It would only be like less than 1/100th of a second. It would be instantaneous. But a planet, because it's got a sizable disk, takes many seconds.
So what made you get into astronomy?
Oh, I just grew up as a little kid wondering about the night sky and wanting to understand the stars and planets, and so I started reading books like How and Why Wonder books, asking my dad lots of questions about space. And before I knew it, when we were studying it in 5th grade, I knew more than the teacher. And it's like, well, then I realized, wow, I'm really into this pretty heavy, and everyone else started to know that too. So yeah, it's been a lifelong passion, and this is one of the many highlights of watching the night sky, is watching an event like this transpire on a camera screen here, soon to be on a computer screen, and shared with the world.
Cool. All right. Any final words to the people at home?
Yes, there's plenty to see. There's going to be a lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse, coming up in a couple months on March 14th, but it will be about 2 in the morning or so, but it's something to keep in mind. And then after that, there's always something to look forward to. So keep looking up.